Hi lovely Aquarius, welcome to your reading for May 2021. This is Love and General reading. I am Gemstone Tarot and this is for you if you are Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or just passing by. If this has come up, it's probably for you. Everybody is welcome. Oh, using the Light Seers Tarot and your cards have just fallen out on their own. So let's get those cards out and have a look. There'll be an extended reading as ever and the link will be in the description box below. Wowzers. So if this resonates with you, that's where you can find it. Interesting times for you, Aquarius. Interesting times. Oh my God, this is amazing. Overall energy card, couldn't be better really, is the Star. Now the Star, of course, is your card, Aquarius, Major Arcana. It's about manifesting. A lot of this reading is about manifesting. There's a few peculiarities in here. There's a few little loopholes and I can see there's a bit of challenges. There's a few challenges. But the potential is enormous. So I hope that you can come to that realization. Now May is a month that has a new moon in Taurus. I'm just looking in my moon diary. And then it has a full moon total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on the 26th. And Mercury goes retrograde on the 29th. That's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of energy and potential with Jupiter and Sagittarius, but Mercury going retrograde kind of is like a wave drawing it all back again. Now, it's very important, Aquarius, that you focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And I know that sounds really obvious because you think, well, why would I deliberately focus on things that I don't want? But if you observe your thinking, maybe just even for a day, I've done this and it's really surprising how much we do think about what we don't want to happen. I think it's a natural human mechanism, isn't it? Especially if you're quite thinky, and Aquarians are quite thinky, your air sign, you're ruled by Uranus, it's the sign of the inventor, it's about intelligence, communication, about thinking, taking things to a higher level, all of that stuff. And that's well and good, you know, we need that, you enjoy that. But at the same time, you can get caught up in your head a bit. It's really important with this Star card that you come into your solar plexus, your heart region, into your body, into your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and also feeling what you want. Feeling what it would feel like to be where you want to be, rather than overthinking it. Now we've all been in a bit of a difficult situation over the last at least year or so, where overthinking and time to ruminate and think has been aplenty. And this, I think, is a turning point in May for you, where, especially with the lunar eclipse, you start to believe in something, that it could have some potential. And this could go right across your life. It feels like this is a time when you will be questioning, as Aquarians often do, because the Aquarius mind is curious and not really born to do a kind of day in, day out job. I mean, obviously there are times in our life when we have to do a day in, day out job because we need to pay some bills or, you know, the usual stuff. But I'm talking overall, your hopes, your dreams, living your best life, I think is what they call it. You're going, I think, to question quite healthily what you're doing, whether it fulfills you, whether you're giving value to others, whether you are lit up by what you're doing, whether it gets you right here, whether it's heart work, whether it's heartfelt. It's time to start dreaming, scoping out, and again, this comes into relationships. I feel like you're going to be questioning, asking putting to the test either your current relationship, or if you're single, your past relationships. You're going to be looking at what you accepted, what you shouldn't have accepted, what you wanted, what you did get, what you didn't get, and also what you want now, what the potential is now. This is a beautiful card. 10 of Cups. It's absolutely gorgeous. Mars in Pisces. It's when that planet of war and power and goes into unconditionally loving Pisces. 10 of Cups. It spreads unconditional love for yourself, for others. This is what you're after, Aquarius, in May. And I think it's going to be hard for you to accept anything less. Now, interestingly, alongside this, alongside the Star, which again is quite a solitary card, even though it's Aquarius and Aquarius rules groups, we've got the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is again a solitary card. There is a need for you to find some time away from the distraction of your peers, your family, your group. Doesn't matter whether it's physical or just mental, because what you're cooking up here, what you're manifesting, what you're able to achieve is really important, that it's yours and yours alone, that it's your story. You're creating and writing your story. Another way to put it is you're becoming the star of your own movie. You weren't before. Maybe you were making the film, but you weren't starring in it. Now you're front and center. Now, this process isn't always an easy process, and I get that. You may find yourself shedding some people, particularly with the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Along with Sagittarius, I think Aquarius is a sign that needs a sense of freedom in order to operate on 100%. This doesn't mean that you necessarily have to run around doing whatever you want and not think of other people. It's not really like that. It's about feeling autonomy. It's about knowing you're making your own decisions, you're making your own life happen, that you have the freedom to do it any way you want, and that you're choosing rather than being obliged to or having to. This Hermit card means that deliciously you're on your own with this, but in a very good way. Not on your own as in nobody cares, but on your own as in you're the inventor now. You're inventing your own relationships, you're inventing your own life. If you are single, this would be a great time to start manifesting the love that you want. You can do that on your own. You can look up, there's loads of different YouTube videos about how to manifest love, meditations. There's a book called Calling in the One. I can never ever remember the person who did it. I think it's Angela somebody. You can find it anyway. Calling in the One. That's a really good book. I'm not connected with that person who I can't remember the name of in any way, but I know it's a good book and it works. So if you want to manifest love, this is your time. If you're in a relationship already, Aquarius, you're going to be putting it to the test. Both of you are, in a way, but your standards are going to skyrocket. You've got the 7 of Cups. You can see someone's choosing between various cups. There's always an element, and you can see it here. There's like a snake, and there's a bat, and there's some clouds, and there's always clouds in the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is a fantasy future card. It's a card where you're being encouraged by the tarot to have your dreams, which is the Star, and at the same time to know where to draw the line between fantasy and reality. And this, I think, is also going to be in relationships. Well, it's both, actually. It's in relationships and it's in work. 7 of Cups is a cup card. It's an emotional feeling card. But you also have here the 8 of Pentacles, which is like my putting in the hours 9 to 5, doing the grind, this is my job, this is how I earn my bucks. That as well is coming up. I can see it. It's like in a sort of carousel. And even though you might have been doing the grind, you're starting to think you want to choose. And it's starting to become possible. Careers in magic, healing, anything spiritual, something left field, things that are very Aquarian, the occult, all that sort of stuff. Whatever it is for you, look into it. Don't be afraid to look into it. If it's weird and wonderful, go for it, okay? As long as it's not harming anybody else. If it's eclectic and a bit strange, it's very Aquarian. Look into it. Even if it's a hobby, if it's some research, some study, some learning, do it. And again, with relationships, if it's a bit of an unconventional relationship, it might be the right way to go. Don't let other people tell you, and most Aquarians don't anyway, what's right and what's wrong, okay? Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is an interesting card. So sometimes the Knight of Swords comes up when there's an element of the internet involved, and I feel like it is. So you may be in a relationship with somebody on the internet that's not gone to face, or because of various reasons, of which there are many at the moment. It could be that you could really progress things on the internet rather than in any other way, much faster than you would in real life. Well, the internet is, I think that's very old-fashioned of me to even say that. Because the internet now is real life as well as everything else. It's part of our lives, isn't it? Here we are on the internet. The internet is going to play an integral part in you achieving your dreams. So of course, it's an online business. It could be an online relationship. If you're single, it could be joining online dating apps. I know what you're going to say. It's like, but if you're choosy and you take advice, lots of people meet this way. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. The internet is a gateway for you. Now, what did I see? Yes. 6 of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Things are looking very successful for you if you can use everything you've got at your disposal, and don't throw anything away. Don't throw any idea out, whether it's to do with relationships or whether it's to do with work. Pull that dream down. Be on that thread. Look at that magic. Wish for what you actually want, not what you think that you should want. Okay, this is nice. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn, the need to juggle something. Now, Capricorn is a sign that likes things to stay the same, to earn money, to be productive, to be consistent. And Jupiter, again, the sign of Sagittarius, which we have the eclipse in, is about being expansive and freedom and the widest possible thinking. This is going to force you to juggle things in your life. Either now or in the future, it gets triggered in May. This can be a side hustle. This can be a long distance relationship. This can be an unconventional relationship. It can be conventional if you're an unconventional type. So let's say you're not big on commitment. It could be that this time you are, and for you that's unconventional. Do you see what I mean? It's a departure from the norm and it needs to be celebrated. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at what might be blocking you here. I'm also going to look at your potential other person, how they feel about you, what's on the other side of this. I'm just looking here, we've got the 2 of Swords, which is like a minor arcana version of the Hanged Man. So there may be some things that you're finding confusing about moving forward, either with a relationship or work, or actually just both. I haven't had this card for ages. The Oracle card you get is a leg up. So no, and particularly this is in a work sphere, if you put in half the effort, somebody else is going to match you. This could be being headhunted. It could be someone helping you with an internet business, or helping you set up a business, or just helping you in general, like with a hobby, with a bit of research, with something you need to know, with some love advice. It could just be the universe throwing you a bone, but it's a really nice juju with that card and that 10 of Cups. Know that the potential for happiness is very, very present in May. That's interesting that you get that card. Healing with the Angels Oracle card, you get study. Yeah, and there's a big rainbow going through here. This is study of a kind. Now, we used to think of study as go to the library, get books out, do some book learning, all the rest of it. Study is all sorts now. It's internet based for lots of you. It's social. It can be walking around the forest looking at leaves. Study is everything. Study what you want to know about. Be curious. Make no apologies, Aquarius, for anything that you want. Just go out and get it. I'm going to do the extended reading. The link is in the description box. Do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.